So the government said it will not be rolling back that $7 per litre tax on petrol that it imposed March 2015, despite the outcry from the opposition PNP about the increase in petroleum products. The levy was implemented to fund the oil hedging mechanism, which the government had put in place to cushion the economy against shocks from rising oil prices. The investment strategy has now been discontinued, but Minister of Finance Dr. Nigel Clark says the country is not in a position to remove the petrol tax because it funded the hedging arrangements. Opposition spokesman on energy, Philip Paulwell, has renewed calls for the government to abandon the tax on petrol that has resulted in pressure on motorists. He insisted that while there is no longer need for the government to collect the hedge fund levy because it has long abandoned the protection against oil price increases, Clark said, given the economic situation that the country still faces, as well as increased expenditure on infrastructure, we need it still. So we can't ask for a rollback on that.
You know, and that's what, and this is where citizens have to get involved in the governance of the country and what happens, right, when things go to Parliament. What happens when our elected officials go in and make decisions on behalf of the people. Now, we understand that tax has to happen, all right? So I say to people all the time, how do you think we get certain things? And certain things that you expect to be free, certain, whether it's with health and education and all of the support that we get comes from taxes that we pay. So I'm not opposed to tax, but if we all stand up and say there are other ways, but if there are agreements being made, then they can't roll it back if that's the case. And guess what? Maybe we need to carpool more. Maybe we need to get up and walk and stay fit, since they're saying that obesity is on us.
Yeah, I understand, and I do agree with you in that regard. There are ways and means around paying that much, but I think maybe we need to find out if it is necessary for the tax to be $7. Well, is it a situation where we can come to some kind of compromise and have the tax at $5, and we can then gain some while not having that heavy weight on the consumer? So,
and it boils back to keep asking that question. I think that's why you also have an opposition.
Precisely. They're there for that reason.
Right, yeah.
So maybe it's not all right, you do that, so I have to tear it out because I'm in the opposition. Maybe it's hey, let's try and govern the country together and make it right for the citizens by coming to some kind of compromise on the amount, not necessarily removing it, but reducing the amount a little bit. What you say? Can do that?
I'm telling you. Did you know that I thought there was a tax on certain feminine hygiene products? And I realized that there's a provision that says that there's certain things don't have tax on it. So that's something else that I think is an interesting conversation.
But then we can talk about the pink
tax.
tax. We'll talk about the pink tax.
Which tax?
I'll tell you about it.
The pig tax?
The pink tax.
Oh, the pink tax. Me say pig. Them a tax to hug them. All right, who's this now? Tell me what else is going on, Sakino.
Teragwin Jaramillo.
Who that? One lady in America?
A lady, she received some money from Ludacris.
Yes.
Apparently, she was on the verge of an emotional breakdown when a stranger came to her rescue. You know who was the stranger? Unlikely. Ludacris. Checkout line in Whole Foods. A friend bought Jamie a gift card for her groceries to help her out, so she went shopping with a dream of hummus and fresh food and special food for her dogs. I don't know if me would have taken that money to spend for my dog, but
a dog is somebody's child now.
I know, I suppose. In the checkout lane, she told CNN that she realized her items had been mixed with those of the handsome stranger in the line ahead of her. What she didn't realize was that the man was Ludacris. Ludacris handsome?
Yeah.
Him handsome?
So handsome is, it's beauty in the eyes of the beholder. Yes.
She nervously tried to stop the cashier scanning the items, realizing the $250 $250 gift card wasn't going to be enough. And of course, you know, Mr. Man goes, nah, I got this.
$375.
Yeah.
Kind.
Yes, that was a total bill.
That's how much he so what, he topped up the $250?
I suppose so.
Okay.
Like it was just, or maybe in paid and she still didn't have the gift card. I don't know.
He paid the whole thing,
Maybe.
$375. Wow.
She recalled staring at him thinking, does this guy know he's an angel? Oh my gosh. It wasn't until the man left that the cashier identified him as Ludacris. So she's urging everyone to follow his example You never know a stranger's full story when you reach out a hand to them and yank them into a better place.
Yeah,
No,
it's true.
that is always something I encourage. And you know, there's a young lady who works here that does that. You know, sometimes if she stand up and she have the extra money on somebody and or in front of her, she'll pay off that. And when she said that to me once, it was quite a while she said it, and I was actually quite stunned by it because, you know, the whole way have problems and whole way not no money.
No, but you know,
But if you can do that for someone,
it's a beautiful thing for you. You receive a blessing when you give. I'm a giver, and everybody that know me knows that I give half of what I have. I give half of my time and my life for serving in charity and the less fortunate. But let me tell you something. I didn't know where I got it from, Sakino. It wasn't so obvious until when my dad came here the other day visiting with mommy from Australia. And he's at the supermarket. And I'm like, Daddy, why are you buying the ladies groceries? Like a little old lady. I was like, he's just so kind. But I never really saw it. And he's there just saying, oh, I'll get it for you. Then the next time we go to the supermarket, he might buy one next old lady's groceries.
tell you something that's
Daddy, why are you doing that?
Kindness begets kindness, and
It
karma
does.
is a real thing.
Yeah, man. So we want to say the note with that trending topic and why we're giving you that today is that if we're going to be truly independent as we approach the season, we have to look after each other, we have to help each other, and give a little to your neighbor when you can. And I was speaking to my mom yesterday, and she was telling me how hot it was in how cold it was in Australia. It was absolutely freezing. So when we talk about, and I'm teaching my son about the solar system and Earth being so close to the sun, and just talking about, you know, how the climates are and how different countries have different seasons at different times. Europe today, or Europe at the moment,
What a segue.
is facing the hottest day ever with a Spanish heat wave, which has already claimed 3 people's lives, Sakino.
Yeah.
You know that story, right?
I've heard that they
Yeah.
said 118 degrees Fahrenheit. Today, I think it's supposed to be the hottest day.
Yeah. In central Spain, the heat wave will continue 118 degrees Fahrenheit. 8 locations in central, south, and east of Portugal have already broken local temperature records, while a Finnish supermarket in Helsinki is trying to beat the impact of the weather by inviting 100 customers to sleep in its air-conditioned store.
That nice. I am appreciative of things like that.
I need some
like
AC.
right now, let
need
me
AC.
speak to you people out here in JA who have AC. You hear what they're doing? People are losing their lives because of
What are you
heat.
saying? Invite you over?
We're hot.
We're hot. We're hot. Roasting
Please,
temperatures,
follow
but
suit.
stay cool. Yeah, just stay cool. But in the continent of Europe right now, especially there in central Spain, it is hot, 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 hot. So we hope no more lives will be claimed by the temperatures rising. That's what's trending as we get ready for our independence celebrations, Grand Gala, and all of that good stuff. So I know some of you are going out and buying your outfits today. Thanks for tuning into that. And we have so much more on Weekend Smile.
Yeah, what you think of these stories? Let us know.